Hello guys and welcome to round number 8 of this F1 2017 Championship. Today we are here for the Baku City Circuit for qualifying. It's been a short wait since the last one, but we are back. And after what happened in Canada, quite a shocking ending saw Nico Rosberg win in Canada. And Lewis Hamilton once again losing out on his first race win of the season, so I'm sure he'll be hoping to impress here in Baku today. But as we are a third of the way through the season, both championships looking very close. So without further ado, let's have a look at what happened in qualifying. So it's Nico Rosberg that takes pole position by 1.5 tenths to Lewis Hamilton, who starts on the soft tyre in second place. Sebastian Vettel lines up in third with Felipe Massa in fourth and Valtteri Bottas rounding out a very impressive qualifying from the Williams team. The Red Bulls seem to be struggling with Daniel Ricciardo in 6th and Max Verstappen 7th, with Fernando Alonso splitting the two Red Bulls. With Roman Grosjean lining up in 9th and Rubens Barrichello failing to set a time in Q3 will start in 10th position. So here we are, it is race day at the Baku City Circuit and it is looking very dim and dark. No chance of rain luckily, but it is by far clear conditions. Tyre temperatures are going to be crucial in these conditions, and with the heavy braking zone into turn 1, it's going to be a very interesting race to watch. So as the drivers come around for the formation lap, it's Nico Rosberg sits in pole position ahead of his teammate. Will Nico Rosberg take another win this season, or will Lewis Hamilton finally get that win that he's been waiting for a third of the season now? Qualifying, however, didn't go to plan for Carlos Sainz, who sits at the back of the grid, picking up a penalty and failing to get through to Q2. He could be one to watch coming through the field, so we will have to keep an eye out for him during the race. But as they come through the final sector now, Lewis Hamilton, starting on a soft tyre, he has the advantage on strategy compared to his teammate, but can he get that race win? He's been very unlucky these past few races, but can he do it here in Baku? So here we go, we have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go, and Nico Hülkenberg getting an absolute blinder of a start, jumping straight up into 9th place, coming down to turn 1 now on board of Barrichello. Looks fairly clean, I don't think there's any incidents, there are no yellow flags. Barrichello remaining in 9th place, where he's looking up the inside of Daniel Ricciardo and Hülkenberg, makes slight contact with Alonso and has to give the place back to Hülkenberg. He moves up to 9th place, so he has made a position off the line. But if he wants to stay in this championship, he's going to have to really push to get through this field. Hulkenberg and Alonso going side by side as they go through turn 2. Who's going to get out on top here as Hulkenberg makes a move for 7th place. Barrichello tries to go on the outside of Alonso. It's going to be tricky. Can he go on the outside of that McLaren? He has to concede it. And the Red Bull almost making a move up his inside for 9th place. As they come up to turns 5 and 6 now, can Barrichello get past that McLaren? Obviously the McLaren is very quick in qualifying, but in the race it just doesn't seem to have that pace. He looks like he's got a better run out of turn 6. Is he going to make a move up the inside of turn 7? I think he has. Going up the inside of Hulkenberg as well. He has made the move on Alonso. Can he get past the Force India? I don't think he's going to. Hulkenberg has the line for the castle section. Barrichello has to pull back in 8th place. And he is really struggling to get through this field at the moment. As the cars come down to turn 2 on lap number 2, we've got a battle for 5th position between Bottas, Ricciardo, Hulkenberg and Barrichello. Bottas and Ricciardo are side by side down the second straight, but Barrichello's going to get the slipstream of Bottas. He's going to go up the inside of all of them. All 3 cars, and moves up to 5th place from 8th position. A fantastic move from the Brazilian, showing he's still got that raw talent. Now can Barrichello chase down Sebastian Vettel for 4th position? He wants to prove to the team that he is the number 1 driver. No, he doesn't have to. The safety car is deployed. Virtual safety car, sorry. Not too sure what it was. There might have been a collision with Ricciardo and Bottas. I think I saw a little bit of contact as the overtake was made. But coming around the final corner, the virtual safety car has ended and Barrichello has actually closed the gap slightly to his teammate Sebastian Vettel. If he can get in that slipstream and DRS, he'll close it to him incredibly quickly, so that's what he'll be hoping for. He bumps the barrier a bit there as he comes onto the main straight, and I think he is within range of getting slipstream. You can see he's closing up incredibly quickly. Is he going to be able to make a move into turn 1? I think he's going to. He's going to go to the inside and cruises past his teammate for 4th position. Barrichello is absolutely tearing through this field, starting in 10th place, and on lap number 3 he's already up into 4th position. Gets a little bit shaky on the exit of turn 1, but holds it off his teammate. We come down the main straight once again. Is Sebastian Vettel going to be able to make a move on Barrichello? We've got a car in the pit who is Felipe Massa, who pits from 2nd on the grid, so he is running very high up the field. Nico Rosberg is just ahead. I think he may have had an incident. He has lost a lot of time to the Ferraris, and he may be under pressure and may even lose a podium this race if he keeps up this pace. He needs to pick up the pace quickly. Now on to lap 7, coming around the final corner. Nico Rosberg is surely going to lose a place to Barrichello. Hamilton leads this race on the soft tyre and has a decent gap to second position, but Barrichello making a move on Nico Rosberg now, getting the slipstream, and even before the DRS zone cruises past the Mercedes for second position. And Barrichello looking very much at home on this track. He had a slight slip up in qualifying, but looking very quick in the race. As we move on to the following lap, lap number 8, I think Barrichello's going to come into the pit. He moves to the left hand side. Rosberg does have a slipstream with DRS and he's going to make a move for second position, but Barrichello coming into the pit anyway. He is going to go on to the soft tyre, I believe. I feel like he's going for a one stop. As Barrichello pulls into his pit box, he is going to fit the soft tyre. But where is he going to get out though? Is he going to get out in front of Felipe Massa? Massa obviously running up in second before his pit stop. Massa, he's got to be on a 2-stop. That's a very early pit stop for a 1-stop. Barrichello's going to get out in 7th position, so he has gained some positions from the start. Coming down the main straight now, Barrichello will be hoping to make up some positions in the pit stops. He wants to jump Rosberg in the pit. It looks like those two are going to be battling it out for second place, unless Hamilton makes a mistake. But Sebastian Vettel is in the pit now, and I'm sure Barrichello is going to get out in front of him quite comfortably. Barrichello's going to get out on P6 ahead of his teammate, and Nico Rosberg ahead. You can see he's stuck in traffic, struggling to get through the slow moving cars, and Barrichello's closing the gap to him. We could see a very good battle between these two drivers here. Later on that lap, Nico Rosberg has found his way past Alonso and Perez, and it's increasing the gap to Barrichello. Barrichello's turn now to overtake him. He needs to get past him quickly to minimise the gap to Nico Rosberg. Barrichello looking around the outside of Fernando Alonso, but there's nowhere for him to go and he has to stay behind the McLaren. Now coming towards turn number 15, he is very far back, but he goes for the dive bomb, clips the apex. Alonso has to leave him the space and he moves up to 5th position. A fantastic overtake from Barrichello there. Now can he chase down Sergio Perez? Surely he's going to take him down this straight. I don't think Perez will have DRS or slipstream on anyone, so Perez surely would be a sitting duck down the straight. Barrichello getting the nicest run possible through those two corners. Now in the slipstream of the Force India, and it's going to be very easy work for that Ferrari. Barrichello has found his way into 4th place. We actually got a car in the pit. I think that is Nico Rosberg finally making his pit stop. Barrichello is going to make a move up into 3rd position, so that getting stuck behind those cars really troubled Nico Rosberg. Now on to lap number 12. Barrichello chasing down Lewis Hamilton now, so Felipe Massa leads this race. Only for a split second though, as Hamilton makes a move for the lead. Surely Barrichello is going to be leading at the end of this straight. He's going to make a move up the inside of Felipe Massa into turn 1. Can he make a move up the inside of Hamilton as well? He's very far back and has to stay back. We've now got a 3-way battle for the lead of the race between 3 different cars. Hamilton on the medium tyre, so he's going for the 1-stop. So if Barrichello wants to win this race, he's going to have to get past Hamilton and increase the gap by about 20 seconds in order to win this race, which is unlikely, but I'm sure the Brazilian is not going to give up just yet. And coming on to lap 13, round the final corner, just look how close Barrichello is to the back of Lewis Hamilton. And surely Barrichello is going to be leading into the first corner. It's not really a lot Hamilton can do. It's very difficult to defend down this straight. Coming through the fast corners onto the main straight, Barrichello going to the inside. He'll have DRS to help him, and he's going to cruise past Mercedes for 1st position, although Hamilton putting up as much of the fight as he can. He's going to have the outside line for the final corner, but I don't think he's going to be able to defend it. Although he's going to try and hold it on the outside. Barrichello leaves him the room. They're side by side for the first corner. Barrichello over the inside line for the second corner. Surely the Ferrari has got this move. Yes, he does. He runs a little bit wide, forces him wide. But Barrichello makes a move for 1st position. However, later on lap number 14, you see Nico Rosberg is actually in the lead of the race. Unfortunately, we don't have footage of that overtake as it corrupted, annoyingly. But coming down the main straight, Hamilton is making a move for 2nd place back past the Ferrari. And it looks like Barrichello is really struggling at this stage of the race. His tyres are starting to go. He's going to have to make another pit stop. He's just losing so much time to the cars around him. You can see Nico Rosberg just ahead. Hamilton really holding up Barrichello through the corners. But down the straight, Hamilton just makes it look easy. Massa making a move up the inside of turn 2, but can't make it stick. Barrichello holds on to 3rd for now, but he is going to surely have to pit. His tyres are absolutely shot. And coming down the main straight once again, Barrichello onto the back of Hamilton again. Hamilton just not able to break that gap to Barrichello. He's under pressure from the Ferrari again. Barrichello goes to the inside with the help of slipstream. That Mercedes definitely built for top speed, as Hamilton is coming back at the Ferrari. He's going to have the inside line, but Barrichello goes back into his slipstream, back up the inside to turn 1. And he's run very wide, narrowly misses the barrier. Very poor run out of the first corner. Is Hamilton going to make a move up the inside into turn 2? Barrichello leaves him the room, and this is just helping out Rosberg massively. Rosberg is increasing the gap to second place while these two battle it out. And it's looking good for a Rosberg win here in Baku today. Coming to the next lap now, at the final corner once again, Barrichello misses braking point and runs wide out of the final corner. That's going to hurt his speed down the straight. It's actually Felipe Massa in third position now, so Williams looking very strong this season, able to battle the Mercedes and the Ferrari. Now Massa is going to make a move on the Ferrari by the looks of it, and Hamilton is staying with them. It's going to be 3 wide down the main straight. Massa moves into second place. Hamilton looks like he's going to have to stay behind the Williams. He's got the inside line for turn 1. And it looks like Barrichello is just struggling so much on these tyres. He really should pit, but I think he's committed to going to the end. Surely Hamilton is going to get the better of this Ferrari. It looks like Massa may well get second place at the Baku Grand Prix if he can pull away from this pack. Now going on to lap number 18, coming down the main straight, Massa has pulled away. Hamilton in the slipstream of Ferrari, and we've seen this one too many times today. Hamilton goes to the inside with the help of slipstream and DRS, and Hamilton moves up into the podium paying positions. Massa pits on lap number 19, so his tyres couldn't make it to the end, and he has lost second place. Such a disappointment for the Williams team. They're doing so well to stay up there with the Mercedes. But that may be a lifeline for Barrichello. He may get a podium after all, unless his teammate Sebastian Vettel can close him down in the dying few laps. But I think, by the looks of it, Hamilton has pulled away, and Barrichello is going to have to settle for third place minimum, unless he can't hold his teammate back in the dying few laps. On to lap 24 now. The Ferraris are battling for that final podium position. The Mercedes have just pulled a massive gap on third position. Sebastian Vettel going to go to the outside by the looks of it. Barrichello covering the inside line, and I think the smart decision is to not battle. Just take the points here. Barrichello not really putting up much of a fight, although it's not a lot he can do down this straight. Is he going to make him up the inside of Vettel? He has a look, but decides against it. Vettel moves into third place on the medium tyre, and I think just because of tyre wear, Barrichello is going to have to settle for fourth position. Massa behind on the super soft tyre. I don't think Massa has enough time to get fourth position from the Ferrari, so I think Barrichello is going to settle for fourth position. As we come on to the final lap now, coming to the final corner, Barrichello is going to finish in fourth position. Slightly disappointing, but starting in 10th position, he should be happy with that. Nico Rosberg wins the Baku Grand Prix. Hamilton once again losing a race win for the 8th time this season. We're coming down the straight for the final time. Barrichello is going to finish in 4th position. I think he should be happy with that. Starting in 10th position, he had to fight his way through the field. Struggling at the end, but he is going to finish with 12 points on the board. And I'm sure Barrichello will be even more determined to get a much better result next time in Austria. So here is the full race classifications. Nico Rosberg takes the win by 6.5 seconds to his teammate Lewis Hamilton. Sebastian Vettel rounds out the podium with Barrichello in 4th. Next up are the 2 Williams cars of Felipe Massa and Valtteri Bottas. Williams just a fantastic result and a fantastic car this season. We've seen they are just about able to stay with the Ferraris and the Mercedes at some tracks. Sergio Perez with a very quiet race this time out, finishes in 7th position, with Max Verstappen, the only point scorer from Red Bull Racing, only managing 4 points and 8th position. Red Bull are going to be absolutely fuming with that, and may even come under pressure from Williams during the season if they can't improve those results. And rounding out the top 10, it is Jenson Button and Fernando Alonso for McLaren Honda. I think McLaren's first double points finish of the season. I may be wrong there, but I think that may be their first double points finish of the season. So fantastic job by McLaren. So let's have a look at what this has done to the World Drivers' Championship. Nico Rosberg takes the lead on 118 points. Sebastian Vettel moves up to second with 107, and Nico Rosberg drops to third with 105. Lewis Hamilton still staying up there despite not getting a win on 100 points. So it looks like any of the top 4 are up for the championship this season. Next come the 2 Red Bulls, who dropped to 5th and 6th. A very, very disappointing race for the Red Bull Racing team. Valtteri Bottas cements his 7th position with a fantastic result here in Baku. He's on 61 points, with Sergio Perez in 8th position on 46. Felipe Massa picking up 10 points, remains in 9th on 40 points, with Fernando Alonso just staying in the top 10 on 18 points. Now taking a look at the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes on 118 points, just 6 points ahead of Ferrari. So both championships incredibly close, and we're hoping that it remains like this until the final race of the season. Red Bull Racing, despite getting some decent points in the past few races, that 4 points in Baku have really hurt them, only on 173 points, really dropping off from second place there. It looks like Williams are looking strong for fourth in the Constructors, and if they can continue these good results, maybe could challenge the Red Bull car in the later races of the season. Force India all alone in 5th position, not really challenging the Williams and not under pressure from McLaren, who sit on 22 points. Haas remain in 7th on 12 points, and Toro Rosso remain in 8th position with 8 points, with Manor, Renault, Sauber all yet to score points this season. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, remember to smash the like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you guys for watching, and see ya.